Hi everybody, couple of minutes late. Gives everybody a chance to get their fingers on the button and see if they can get into that top comment spot. Okay, so it's Graham here with the latest updates on the beta pre-launch of We Share Abundance. And as is customary, we'll start with a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, bless this community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and through that love, that each member may find the joy of service, and through that service that they may attract all that they need in life. Amen. Okay, what have we got today? First of all, let's cover the brief updates on the development. Devyani isn't working today, but I presume Christian. Excuse me. I presume Christian's keeping his eye on things anyway. But I was speaking with Devyani earlier on, and she says she's enjoying getting into the new site and getting things started there, and is looking forward to helping to get that available as soon as possible. So that's the updates on the development of We Share Abundance. I've been working on Multiply Weezer today, and it's just little things. Rohit, who does the programming side of the things, has got issues, personal issues that he's got to deal with, and so won't be available till probably Tuesday. But we've got a few things that we've talked about, which he reckons he can clear up on Tuesday. And once that's done, then the back office will be in shape, hopefully, and I'll be able to start recording some of the tutorial videos, how to fund your account and this sort of thing. And then if we get those in, and we link that with Mugen, who does the site and everything, and get them all uploaded. And there is a little bit of a hiccup in that every time an edit is made, it messes up the structure of the page, the template, for some reason. So they're looking at that as well to see if that can be sorted out. But if all goes well, I'm hoping that we can maybe get launched by this time next week. And so we'll just be inside that that March goal that we set. I said I'd like to get us launched sometime in March, and we may just make that. No promises, but it's looking more likely now than it was. Let's put it that way. My voice seems to be going. I don't know why. Been eating ginger biscuits. Do you reckon that's what it is? Okay, so that's the development side of things. On the support and the admin side, everything is as it has been. Everything is up to date. Tickets, deposits, the withdrawals are slow simply because we don't have any money, and I'm going to cover that in more detail in a moment, because there were a lot of comments on a post. I don't normally get into the Facebook groups and I don't see things, but for some reason I was in there and I saw a post and a lot of comments on it. So I thought we should perhaps address some of those comments. So I'm going to do that. But before I get there, I just looked up, when does spring start? I thought, because it's been a nice day today, and I looked it up, and it actually started yesterday, the 20th of March. And So we're actually officially in spring, and so I thought, well, spring, it's a good time to spring into action with Multiply Weezer, and it's a good time uh, to really think about growth and freshness, and and that's what's going to be happening through spring. We're going to be. I'm hopeful that we'll get the new We Share Abundance side up in spring, so it'll be sometime in the next 3 months. Multiply Weezer will definitely be up in spring, and if we get the We Share Abundance side up, then there'll be other things that we can add in that we've got ready to go, but they need to be linked in so that you guys can make money off them. Okay. So that's what we're up to there. What else? I think we should do the numbers before we get on to the little list I've got, just to answer some of those things, that comments that have been out there. Some of them make you laugh, Excuse me, I'll see if this helps the throat. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Should maybe sing, when it's spring again, I'll bring again tulips from Amsterdam. With a heart that's true, I'll bring to you tulips from Amsterdam. That's probably too old for most of you to have even heard, let alone remember. Okay, what have we got? 189 new registrations today. That's a little bit up on where we've been the last few days. Net increase of 84. 105 inactive members removed. The active member count averaged over the last few days is down again by 248 to 28,875. I'm not very worried about any of these numbers, I'll be quite honest with you, because I know that we're in a period of transition now from being in beta pre-launch to maybe getting into beta launch, which we're going to see a lot of changes and a lot of things happening. But anyway, that's the situation. The new Pool 1 stakes in the last 24 hours are just 8. And the number of elite members in the last 24 hours has gone down by 4. We've not had that many cancellations, actually. I think there were, how many? I think there were 7 people closing their accounts today. And a few of those will have been elite members. But I think most of the elite members' accounts that we're seeing disappear are from the active members that are being reduced. There'll be some people that had elite accounts that have just never renewed them. They've gone, they expired and they lost interest and they've gone. Okay, what else have we got? Site ranking. No, that's not site ranking. Yes, it is. We're on to site ranking. We've done that and done that. Site ranking. Quite surprisingly, we have gained 117 places in the site ranking in the last 24 hours. This is the average over the past 3 months, but it changes with every 24 hours. We gained 117 places. We're ranked 9,554th. I think that's probably as good as we've ever been. No, we've been 9,544. but I don't know why. But we've got a few people looking at the site, and coin ranking pretty much the same. No, it's a little bit up on the figures I had yesterday, although they were low. I think by the time I actually came online, they were more in line with what we've got today, because nothing's changed there. But I'm going to show you some figures there in a minute as well. $95.64 is the price on coin ranking. The volume over the last 24 hours, 14,411. In the back office, it was showing at $97.48 for the market value, and we gained 5 places in the coin ranking to 628, which is still a way off where we've been, but it's pretty stable. It's going to change a lot over the next month, probably. I sound like I'm whispering, don't I? I promise you I'm not. Right, so let me see if we can do a screen share on that. Yeah, we've got it. Let me put it up on the screen there. I apologize if you can't see it, because I found out that if I move me and make that bigger, you can't hear what I'm saying. So now I've got to get back to there. So what this is, people were asking yesterday how many tokens were out there, and the three trading accounts we deal with are Litecoin, USDN, and Bitcoin, and these are shown here. And currently we are at $95. We're selling at $95, and we're buying anything that comes in under $95. And so that's the price here. This is the current selling price. And what we have is, if we were to go to, these should probably be in different order, but if we were to go to $250, how many tokens are there between where we are now and $250? Well, in Litecoin, there's only 2.3 tokens. But in USDN, which is the big one, we've got 98 tokens we'd need to clear to get up to $250. And Bitcoin, just 16 tokens. So you can see that the big thing is in USDN. And this is what's been causing us the problems, because people are continuously buying at low prices in USDN. People are selling at low prices in USDN. You can see that if you go into the exchange, you'll see that, there's been drops where people have sold lower than we've been selling at, and we've not caught them. But they've gone sort of way down low into the blue figures below to cash their tokens in. And then the people that are buying them low are simply sticking them up a little bit higher up at a higher price to make a profit. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that are doing this are members. And if members want to do this, why don't they buy them at the low price and then go and sell them for USDT, which is Tether, which is a more recognized US dollar tied token anyway. USDN is pretty much just on waves, and Tether, USDT, is pretty universal. It's on all the exchanges. So if you want to buy them at USDN, go ahead and buy them, but go sell them for Tether or for anything else, Ethereum or whatever, but stay out of the way of USDN, Litecoin and Bitcoin. But unfortunately, that's not happening. And so what's happening is they're recycling tokens. And so as we buy tokens up, the people are just taking that money and they're buying again at a low price and putting them in again. And so we're not making any headway. But those are the figures. If we were to go to 250, we'd need a total of 116 tokens to get rid of. And at the current selling price, that would be $11,048. But we'd probably get an average price of about $200 because we'd be buying it up to $250. It would probably average out about $200. So we'd need $23,000 worth of cash to get us up to 250 dollars as a price. Okay. If we were just to go to 150, once again, the big one is in USDN. It's 27 tokens there. There's hardly any in Litecoin, just 0.6, and 1.24 in Bitcoin to get us to 150. So nothing much there apart from US dollars. So there's a total of 29 tokens in round figures. And that average price to buy those out would probably be around about 125, maybe slightly above that. But that would be 3,605. So that's fairly manageable, provided people don't move from this 250 into the 150 area once we start going up in price, and that's what tends to happen. If we were to clear all the tokens and take full control, the Litecoin, we'd need 14 tokens worth, Bitcoin 29, and USDN 135 tokens, sorry, for a total of 178. So we'd need to move 178 tokens, and that would probably average out at about $250. We'd need about $44,500 to clear those tokens out and take full control of the exchange. Now, some people think we've got control of the exchange, and they're posting comments about how this is a controlled economy, and it's controlled to the extent that we don't let members go out there and sell the tokens that they want to withdraw. We do it in block for them, as much as can be sold, and I'll cover that in a bit more detail. But we don't control the price. The price is being controlled by other people that are selling tokens in these trades, Litecoin, US dollars and Bitcoin, and many of them are just rotating. They're buying low and putting it in higher, buying low, putting it in higher, and it means we can't make any progress unless we go in and say, okay, well, we're not going to buy anything until we've got enough to clear them all out, and that would take $50,000. Okay, so this is the current selling price here. This is the funds needed at the current selling price. This is the probable selling price, probable cost we'd have to pay, and this is the totals for the cost we would have to pay. So I just wanted to show you that because people were asking, and I didn't have the answer. It takes just a while to add the things up and work it all out. Not a massive amount of time, but it takes time, so it's not something I can do off the top of my head. And of course, this is constantly changing. I mean, it might be changed now. I did this about an hour or two ago, something like that. Okay. So, hope that has answered some of the questions that you have on that. One of the things that made me really laugh was somebody said the increase in the price of Bitcoin makes Visa a scam, because I bought Visa tokens when Bitcoin was, and I can't remember the price he said, but let's say it was 35,000, and now they're at 55,000. So I've lost money. So Visa is a scam. So I don't know. It amuses me how people's minds work. If you had a house and you sold it for $1 million, and a week later the house market boomed and somebody that bought your house sold it for $1.5 million, would you be saying that the dollar is a scam because you sold at $1 million and you could have sold at $1.5 million? I don't know. Would you? Maybe this guy would. Also, if you bought at Visa when Bitcoin was $62,000 and it's now 57,000, does that make Bitcoin a scam? Because now your Visa tokens have saved you money because it's gone the other way, or there are going to be fluctuations in cryptocurrencies, and they tend to be more violent than with the more traditional fiat currencies. And there are fluctuations in fiat currencies as well, but they're not usually as violent. Cryptocurrencies, because they're newer, they change more drastically, more rapidly, and they can change by huge percentages within minutes. And it's the luck of the draw whether you win or lose on when you buy and sell cryptocurrencies, unless you are a really experienced trader, spot trading, and then you're able to make it pay all the time. That isn't easy, believe me. I've had a go at it. I bought the top signals from people and what they think is going to happen, and these things usually happen. But you've got to get in when you get the signal, and you're not always available, and you've got to get out when it hits. You've got to watch it all the time. And in a nutshell, even if you've got the best signals, which I had, and in theory you should be able to make money all the time, the reality is that I lost money, and most people do. And you can put stop losses on and all this sort of thing, but that just stops you losing exceptional amounts instead of big amounts. Okay. So fluctuations are always going to occur in cryptocurrencies, and Visa has been one of the most stable of cryptocurrencies until the clerical error that caused the big dip in the price in January, I think it was. And it's taking time to just recover completely from that, because of the large amount of tokens that were there, and because of the way that these tokens are circulating, because people are continuously profiting from them by buying low and selling high. And you can't really blame them for doing that. But if they're members, they should be thinking more about the community as a whole rather than personal gain. And unfortunately, that's not the case. So if you think Weezer's a scam because cryptocurrencies go up and down, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. We are a scam. Another thing, we get an awful lot of suggestions in on how to cure the problem. We don't have a problem. Get over the situation. There's nothing to get over. There is a situation. And most people are talking about withdrawals, and most people are looking at it from their own particular angle, wherever they are. If they are a big recruiter, or if they are a power of one qualified, or if they're an elite member, or if they are a pool one member. Whatever, most people are looking at it from how can I do better out of this? And most of the suggestions that come in are based on that. Not all of them, but most of them are. And most of them are not applicable. There is only one thing that prevents us paying out everything that everybody wants, and that is the liquidity of the Weezer token. That's all. It's as simple as that. If we have strong liquidity in the token, you can put in a request for as many tokens as you want. We can take them to the marketplace and we can sell them at a decent price, and we can say, boom, they've gone, there's your money. If we take those tokens and we put them on the marketplace and they don't sell, we've got two choices. We can either bring the price down until they do sell, which would create even greater turmoil, or we can say, okay, we can't sell them. You're stuck with your tokens for a bit. And that's what we have chosen to do. One of the suggestions is we pay always in Weezer tokens, and this is a misunderstanding of what's going on. One person said this isn't a genuine opportunity, because if it was, you would pay everybody out in Weezer tokens and not in Bitcoin. And the reality is we pay everybody out in Weezer tokens. And it's only when you want to cash your tokens in, we say, okay, give them to us and we'll cash them for you. But you've been paid in Weezer tokens. The whole economy is Weezer tokens. When you stake a pool, whether you buy Weezer tokens with Bitcoin or Waves or Ethereum or whatever else, US dollars, you buy Weezer tokens, and the Weezer tokens are what come into us. And those are what you stake, Weezer tokens. And when you are paid out, the benefits that we promise, we pay you in Weezer tokens. You're paid out in Weezer tokens into your wallet. It's all transferred, it's all done in Weezer tokens. But the misunderstanding comes in the fact that we say, rather than you go to the exchange and cash them in for Bitcoin, which would mean that we had 20,000 members competing to sell their tokens, competing against one another to sell their tokens. Those 20,000 members say, okay, there's my tokens. If you can sell them for me and give me the money. That's the difference. We're just acting to sell your Weezer tokens that we've paid you in on your behalf, to avoid you having to fight with the other 19,999 members who are selling their tokens. We get them all together, we sell what we can, and we pay out what we've been able to sell. And this is exactly the same situation as you, because we get people saying you should still pay in Visa tokens, but sanction anybody that sells below the rate. First of all, sanctioning is a nightmare because it's difficult to track who is selling below the price. It's very difficult, it's time consuming, and sometimes not possible. And sanctioning doesn't solve the problem, because if somebody's sold it below the rate, the damage has been done. All you're doing is saying, don't do it again, because I'm not letting you withdraw anymore, because you're messing things up. But that doesn't stop somebody else doing it, and somebody else doing it, and somebody else doing it. And we can't catch them all. In fact, we would catch very few of them. So we wouldn't be able to sanction everybody. And the members that want to break the rules know that. And some of them transfer between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different accounts to try and avoid us tracking who is selling the tokens. And so that becomes unattainable. We can pay out everybody in Visa tokens, say, here you go, take them all, let's go and sell them. And you'd be competing against another 19,999 people, or whatever it is we've got in withdrawal requests. Probably not as many as 20,000, but you get the idea. You're competing with everybody else to sell your tokens. And what would happen is what happens in most every other situation that I know of where this has been available, and that is that the token value tumbles well below what it tumbled through just the clerical error, which was just for a few minutes at a crazy low price. And once they've got down there, to get them back up where they should be, or where people think they should be, is virtually impossible. There are tokens out there now worth fractions of a cent that should be $10, $50. Some of them haven't got that low, some of them around 5 or 6 cents, and they should be 50 or 60, according to the people that launched the tokens. Some of them have been up $50 and back down to zero. They don't have sufficient track record, like we don't, to pull out of it instantly or quickly. And so they're stuck down there, and whether they'll ever recover is doubtful. It may happen, and I hope it does, for the sake of everybody that's holding these tokens. But if we were to just say, okay, there's your Visa token, do what you can with them, that's what would happen. And your holding of Visa tokens would be worth next to nothing. What we're doing now is controlled simply by the market, by the liquidity, not by me, not by admin, not by the people paying the withdrawals, not by anybody else. It's controlled simply by the liquidity. We say, okay, we're only prepared to sell tokens at this price because we know they're worth more than that anyway. If people won't buy them, you'll have to hang on to them. It's like you've got $1 million house and the market is so depressed that nobody buying it, and you might have to hang on to your house for 2, 3, 4, 5 years before the market comes back up and you can sell your house. So what do? Burn it down because you can't sell it in a fit of pique? You know, oh, can't sell you. I'm going to light a fire to see if I can get the insurance. like the old saying, a good fire is better than a bad business. Used to be a lot of arson claims in insurance at one time. Anyway, that's the situation. So we do pay you in Visa tokens. It's only when you come to withdraw, we say, okay, give them to us. If we can sell them, you can have your money. If we can't sell them, you'll have to have your tokens back. It really is as simple as that. The only thing that affects it is the liquidity of the token. What affects the liquidity? Optimism. What affects optimism? Good comments or bad comments? Positive comments, negative comments. Negative and bad lower the optimism. Positive and good raise the optimism. If you want paying more, let's see lots of positive and good comments. If you don't want us to pay more, keep chucking out the negative comments and the bad comments. Somebody mentioned Trustpilot. Not something that I've ever been to. Don't care about it. Apparently, there are a lot of bad comments on Trustpilot. The people that have put them up there probably would like to be paid withdrawals. But they put a load of bad comments on Trustpilot, and that pushes the optimism down. It changes it from optimism to pessimism. And so the liquidity is poor because people are reading these comments. The people that want to hang on to the tokens anyway, because they know we're going to pull out of this. We know where we're going. I know where we're going. I don't care if we get rid of 99.9% of our membership base and we're left with the people that understand what we're about, because we can grow healthily from that core of people. And we will get where we're going. Nothing will stop us. I want to read you something. It's from a little book I read a lot. It's called The Law of Success. And it's not very long. It says, "From the Ocean of Abundance," or that's the title of the chapter. "Just as all power lies in His, with a capital H, will, so all spiritual and material gifts flow from His boundless abundance. In order to receive His gifts, you must eradicate from your mind all thoughts of limitation and poverty. Universal mind is perfect and knows no lack. To reach that never-failing supply, you must maintain a consciousness of abundance. Even when you do not know where the next dollar is coming from, you should refuse to be apprehensive. When you do your part and rely on God to do His, you will find that mysterious forces come to your aid and that your constructive wishes soon materialize. This confidence and consciousness of abundance are attained through meditation. Since God is the source of all mental power, peace and prosperity, do not will and act first, but contact God first. Thus, you may harness your will and activity to achieve the highest goals. As you cannot broadcast through a broken microphone, so you cannot send out prayers through a mental microphone that has been disordered by restlessness. By deep calmness, you should repair your mind microphone and increase the receptivity of your intuition. Thus, you will be able to broadcast to Him effectively and receive His answers. And where's my bookmark? There we go. And so that's a little bit about abundance there. And I've got something here. This is this little quotes for every day of your life. And I think it was this one here. read any of these, and they're all... What's the date today? 21st. Maybe it's this one. Well, I don't know which one. I must have been thinking about something else when I did this, but I'll read you this one because this is relevant anyway. It's very, very short. It is not your passing inspirations or brilliant ideas so much as your everyday mental habits that control your life. Okay? Your everyday mental habits. Do you want to be positive? Do you want to be negative? Do you want to have a good life? Or do you want to have a bad life? Do you want to be happy? Or do you want to be unhappy? Make the habit of being positive, happy, and having a good life. It's your choice. It's your choice. Okay. Another thing we have suggested is only to pay people that are recruiting and only pay the top recruiters. Do you really think that that is a solution? Do you really think that that's what we're about? Do you really think as a top recruiter you'd be able to continue to recruit people if you said, come in, join this, and you're not going to get paid unless you do as well as I do in recruiting people. You've got to become a top recruiter. And even if it was the case, is that what we're about? Is that what our mission is? Another thing we get is the lottery should be stopped. The lottery has no effect whatsoever on how we pay withdrawals. It's an extra way we hand cash out to members. Some of the reasons for the lottery are saying it discourages people from recruiting because they win the lottery and they've got a pile of tokens there and all they want to do is just sit there and wait till they can cash them in. It's their option. People say we should share the lottery. They think we only pay that top prize. We pay thousands, tens of thousands of prizes. The lottery winnings are shared between tens of thousands of members. So the lottery stays, and it is a nest egg lottery until what happens? The liquidity gets better. How will the liquidity get better? People wanting and needing Visa tokens. Why and how will they want and need Visa tokens? Currently, to stake pools. They're not going to want to do that if there's all that negativity out there, and that's reflected in the numbers. We will get to the point where people will want some of the services and products we offer, and those will be bought using Visa tokens. So it'll be another reason for Visa tokens. The other site we have that we're launching, the Multiply Visa site, is in that vein. We're offering advertising on that site, and we're offering an opportunity to generate income at the same time as advertising. And people will need to buy Visa tokens from that. Now, another misconception here is people are going to get paid in Visa tokens. You say you're not going to hold payments back or anything. So that's going to add to the problem. First of all, people have to buy Visa tokens to get into the program. They have to introduce people if they want to fill their matrix. Not necessarily, it could fill through spillover and spill under, but in general, they're going to have more sales in their matrix. Let's put it that way. The sales have got to appear in their matrix for them to earn commissions on those sales. There is always going to be more tokens coming in than going out in commissions and in revenue share. That is the case because as people come in, it takes some time for them to earn the funds. And so some will earn quickly, some will earn slower, but there's always a time lag because other people have to buy things. There has to be sales made for the commissions to come in for them to earn the money to withdraw. So there's a time lag situation. That's one of the reasons why there's more Visa tokens being bought than going out. Another reason is we're not paying 100% out. We're paying close. We're paying about 85 to 90% out. Well, that's 10 to 15% that is being retained, even if everybody got paid out instantly. You know, they joined and they filled the matrix within 10 minutes. They could then withdraw their funds, but they would be withdrawing their commissions. The commissions are limited to 85 or 90%, so there's a 10% retention. And the commissions are not the whole amount of the money that's come in, because some of those commissions are for other people, and so there is that time lag. So it's not going to be detrimental at all. It's going to be beneficial, and it's going to be beneficial in a big way. Other people are saying that, why are you starting a matrix? Matrix programs never last. At the best, they last 2 to 3 months. That is up to you guys. Matrix programs last as long as people are prepared to promote them. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's cover mistakes. People say that I've done things wrong, and I've got things all wrong, and I've made too many mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes every day. I'm happy to make mistakes. I do my best to learn from them. I fail forward, as I've been talking about, okay? Everybody tends to make mistakes. It doesn't mean that we're losing our way. It doesn't mean that we're getting off track. It means that we are constantly seeking new ways, a new route, a new passage, a new way to get over the mountain, a new way to cross the river, a new place where we can get through. Because we're in that pioneer situation. We're constantly seeking. And we get halfway across the river and it's too deep and we've got to go back. Yeah, we made a mistake. We know we're not crossing there again, you know. We go down here. I'll make more mistakes than most people because I'll keep trying. I'll keep pushing the limits of what is possible so that we have everything that we can have. Not allow. Can't even read my own writing here. Not allow something or other. Sorry, I can't read that one. Paying Bitcoin or Visa, we've handled that one. I think that basically covers most of the comments and things, the misunderstandings that people have. We are in a wealth creation situation. You come in, you have the option to stake pools. You can stake them out of your pocket, or you can earn the stakes as you come through. It makes no difference to us whatsoever. We don't take your money and use it for anything other than for buying Weezer tokens. And the Weezer tokens we buy are of the members that are withdrawing funds, and we pay it out to them. We don't go and invest it somewhere and we're making a pile on the side with your money, with all your $100, you know. The money that we hand out is created. It's banknotes that we're handing out. We're printing them and handing them out and handing them out. But if nobody will take those, you know, if you've got a dollar note and you want to buy an egg, and nobody will sell you an egg for your dollar note, what do you do with your dollar note? Do you burn it? Or do you hang on to it? That dollar bill, what are you going to do with it? All you wanted was an egg and all you've got is a dollar bill. I don't know. It's your choice. If somebody says, okay, somebody down the road said, he won't sell you any eggs because he's not got enough, but I've got a surplus. You can have half a dozen eggs for your dollar. Now you're in business. What's the difference? Supply and demand. One guy doesn't want to let go of his eggs. The other guy wants to get rid of them. One guy wants your dollar bill. One guy doesn't really care about your dollar bill. That's what the difference is. And that is the situation we have with Weezer tokens. We're giving them away to you guys, and you're stacking them up, and they're going to be worth a fortune in the not too distant future. And if you've been in for a while, you've seen how the number of tokens you can accumulate in a month has been going down and down and down. Even though you might be earning more money, the tokens we're giving you for that money is reduced because we're limited to 20,000 tokens a month. And it's going to keep going down. Maybe not so much this month or the month after, but as we start seeing that increase again in the market value and in the guaranteed minimum value, the number of tokens you earn will be down proportionately. If you earn 1,000 a month every month, when we started that was 1,000 tokens. Right now it's 10 tokens. It's soon going to be 1 token, and then it's going to be 1/10 of a token. Now is the time you can accumulate those tokens. Hang on to them, because you'll never get them for less than you can get them for today, whether it's earning them as a free handout in We Share Abundance, whether it's buying a nest egg, whether it's buying them on the exchange. You might make some quick profits like the people are doing now. They're buying them at $90 when people will sell them at $90 and we miss out on it. And then they're putting them in at $100 and they're making 10% like that quick. Well, I say quick, not that quick, because they've got to wait until we move up to $100, but relatively quickly. And if they sell them then at $100 and the price is at $100 and somebody comes in and they'll buy them again at 95 and they'll put them in at 110. And yeah, they're making small profits right now and they keep doing it. But if they really knew what was going on, they'd say, okay, I can buy these at 9. I'm not even going to put them up there at this price at the moment because I know they're soon going to be worth 4 figures. And that's what people would be doing. But people think they're smart and they know everything about everything. They've got all the answers. Why don't these people with all the answers set up a program that would run perfectly and we could all join and make a fortune from? Okay, so that's covered what I wanted to cover on that. And I've not been into Facebook. So I hope I've not been talking to myself. Let me come in now and see who we've got here. If the comments come up. Fortunately, the video's there. The comments don't seem to want to come up. No comments appearing. Let me see in the app. I know I did see that there were some comments there, only 9. People there saying that they're from Nigeria and different places and that they're happy to be in the community, and this is good, that's positive. Can we get customized t-shirts and face caps for We Share Abundance publicity? Yeah, once again, it's on the to-do list. You can do them yourself at the moment, as long as you don't sell them for a profit. Any profit that's made off our trademarks has got to come back and be used for the members. Mashad Malik says, why have I been removed from the group? I don't know, Mashad. You have to contact the moderators and ask them. I don't remove people. Okay, I can't see any more questions there. Let's see if the comments have come up in Facebook. Where's Facebook gone? No, they haven't. Let me try in another browser. Here we go. Yeah, we've got comments in this browser. They weren't coming up in Chrome. Okay. Peter Gibney says, how much did you withdraw since then, Russ Cowley? I don't know. Well, that's the first comment that I can see. So there'll have been quite a few that Facebook have disappeared from here. Stopping withdrawals wouldn't help the liquidity, Zura. Just looking through the comments I can see. Okay, I can't see anything. There's a bit of discussion about whether we should, and I see one ridiculous comment there. Said if Bitcoin paid out in another currency, would they be at the same price? Bitcoin is a totally different situation to Visa tokens. Bitcoin is a coin and nothing more. We share abundance, and the Visa token is totally different. Peter, give me. Okay. So I don't see anything there, but I may well have missed quite a lot of comments. But we've been going for an hour anyway, and I hope that has answered some of your questions. And remember, it's spring, and enjoy life. And I'll be back tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have massive updates on the Multiply Visa site until Tuesday evening, and we'll see where we are then. We'll see if we can get some updates on the We Share Abundance site for you from Christian and Deviani. Okay, so that's it. If I can find my way back to the Melon app. Don't know why the comments never come up. Well, not never, seldom come up in Chrome. If just one of those things. Okay, I got back to my app. Okay, thanks all for being here. As I say, I hope that has answered some of your questions and helped your understanding of the situation and what we are and what Visa is and where we're going. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Enjoy spring.